Alright, today I'm going to attempt to fix my boo-hurt brigandine. So the plates are perfectly fine, but it's the material on the outside that has been constantly worn away by sweat and fighting and poor maintenance by myself. Half of it's stuck together by duct tape at the moment, but I'm heading over to Finland and Germany, so I probably need to sort that out. And with the extreme weights on armour these days, I don't think my new brig is going to get here in time. Some of my brig is held, oh my lord, some of my brig right now is held together by shoelaces, right here. If I cut that, oh, that's straight into the middle, boom, the whole plate is coming out without that shoelace. So yes, that's what I'm going to try and do. And how I'm going to try and do that is by getting leather patches, and riveting them onto the leather patch. So the first tip of the video is to try and find recycled leather, because brand new leather is quite expensive to buy. So lucky for me, Mama Ride has come in with the goods, and she has given me one of her old horse saddles. And before you go all crazy saying what's wrong with that saddle, the rats have eaten it out. The saddle, I mean, and not eaten out in a good way. They've eaten it all up, but that's good for me because it gives me all this leather to play around with. I've already slashed up some of this saddle prior to the video. Well, actually I did film it, but it was all in slow-mo, so me, right? And came up with these big bits of leather that I can cut up into any length I like, go in there, start riveting away, and repair my brig. You can see it's all pretty dodgy, held together by duct tape at the moment. And these are the parts here I'm trying to fix. Coming out, see that big tear from the material? I'm going to patch that with some leather. And you can probably see on the other side too, it's ripping through. Which isn't the best, because these plates are only held together by rivets and they seem to be ripping out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to do what Jake did for my other side and put a big bit of leather there and rivet the plates together on the other side. As you can see, all the plates of my brig are in perfect fighting order. It's just this material that obviously over time will wear out. First thing I need to do is shape my leather for my armour. So I'm going to pick a shape. I think I'm just going to go across, give one straight line here, and give it like kind of like a thick strap. So I can put it on, boom, 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 rivet like a strap, and then move on to my next area. All I'm going to do here is get my trusty Steady blade, pick a nice bit of leather, and just cut down. It doesn't have to be straight really. Perfect. Made it somewhat the curvy leather into a straight bit, and then try cut along here again. Sweet, so what I'm doing now is I'm just cutting up all the pieces of leather I'll need for the whole brig. So I don't have to cut it up as I go, cutting out straps, roughly know how much I'm going to need. Now that I have my pieces of leather that I can work with, I'm now going to find the spot on my brig that needs to be repaired. This is the part I'm repairing. All I need to do now is find perfect size leather, which would be this rough bit right here. Put the leather on, drill some holes, slap some rivets on, and it should look something like that. I've got my 4 holes that I want to use through my steel to line it up with my leather on the outside. So as I am drilling into titanium, sorry about my fashion belt accessory, all I'll have to do is I'll have to drill some holes into the metal to get the rivet through. You can probably use existing rivet holes that are there, and as these has 3 rivet holes per piece of plate, I think I might use some because there's plenty to go around. Yeah, so drill holes into the metal, put them through the leather, and then it should hold it all together. So I am by no means a blacksmith or even really that much of a handyman. So I've kind of been taught by friends and actual blacksmiths how to rivet. Still not the best at it, I still need a lot of help. But working with the brig, it's very annoying to try and move around the whole brig, trying to get the right angle on the drill, just maneuvering it to be able to get your anvil under the rivet. So it's all very tricky and you can be quite patient. So this is how I get rid of my rivets. Remembering, if you're drilling, make sure you've got another piece of wood underneath, so this doesn't happen. Boom. There yeah, it drilled straight into my desk just then, so make sure you've got another piece of wood under there so you don't drill straight into your bench top. But yeah, this is me just removing rivets, and as you can see, a bit of my brig's being caught around the drill piece as well. So all the tradies out there are losing their goddamn mind. Now that I have my 2 holes in my steel here, I'm going to get my rivets and my nail, and I'm going to place it through both of them. So it goes through the other side of the brig, and then I'm going to place the leather on top where I want it, and I'm going to make a little dent in the leather with that nail, so I know where to drill in my leather. Sweet. Just made a little impression in the leather there. I got my first little indentation on the leather. I'll just do a quick drill. Nothing better than a quick drill, too much. You probably don't need to put that big of a hole in it really, but that's what I did, through there like that. So there we go, we got those 2 rivets going to pop through. Here we go. Now put them in. So if you need a bit of help with riveting, I do have a video on armour repair with a blacksmith that comes in and gives you a lesson how to rivet correctly. As you can see, this takes me ages to get my first rivet down because the rivet I snipped was too long, and it took me ages to rivet it down. I think it zooms in at the end here and shows you that I finally get it down. And also I'm choking the hammer a lot too. A lot of little things, but it's hard to try and hold that brigand position on that little anvil I've got. And yeah, a bit tricky, but finally get it. But hey, it's free, did it myself. I'm obviously not a blacksmith, but you can see how I've riveted onto leather. The leather ain't going anywhere yet. So now to do the rest. Before everyone comments and say you did that the wrong way, yeah, I should have put the washer on the inside. And if you had a good enough drill piece, you wouldn't even need a washer. But my drill piece is a little too big, so I need a washer. But thank you for the comments before it happens. So I've got my 2 fixed points at the moment. Now I'm going to go across the brig where I've drilled the holes. Yeah, that should fix up this front of my brig, and then on to the next. They essentially call me a boo-hurt repair armourer from Wish. So, quality shit. Back to dodgy armour repairs. I started my brig yesterday, then I had to go trading at the fight my brig, so I'm back fixing it today. I'm going to show you some of the tricks that I've done to help, I guess, dodgy up my repairs that actually are not too bad. If you don't have one already, you definitely need to get yourself a Sew Awl. I used this a lot in the army to repair my pack and my body armour when it was frayed or broken out fields, stitch some patches on, some rips, everything stitched up, it's like wax thread. And I'll give you a quick demo how to use a Sew Awl. It's the best thing ever. But before we get into the demo how to use it, what I've done is, so if I can get this filmed in right, here we go. So you can see here I have made this leather patch for my brig. Zoom out a little bit. So this patch here, but this is the side of my armpit, and I need to connect it to the other side. So what I did was, I got my Sew Awl, which I love, and I sewed it to the leather to make a little hinge action, and I've put a rivet connecting the 2 plates together. So leather patch, 2 separate leather patches. I made a hinge with the Sew Awl, and I riveted it on. What does it look for on the other side? Pretty bad rivet here, and the 2 other rivets on that other patch. So there's 1 patch here, and the long patch here. The Sew Awl has sewed the hinge in the middle between the plates, and here's the other patch here. So patch, connecting, and if you want to zoom out, that's the back, those are the armpits. It's just to connect the side armour on. As you can see, I am doing it on this side now. I flip this bad boy over, I've got my patch, and then I made my little hinge with my sew awl, my thread, and then I'm getting this rivet ready to put onto this plate here. So the side of my brig is nice and strong. As you can see, all the way down here is still pretty good. It's just up here where my arm movement has worn away all the fabric of the brig. Give you a quick demo of the sew awl. So say these are two straps I wanted to connect together. I'd make some holes with a drill or a punch, like so, very uneven holes. And then you get your sew awl. Well, we want to focus on that. So essentially it's a needle. If you look at the bottom here, there's your thread. Put that in there, comes up the side, feed it through needle, take this cap off, put it back on. Then we start sewing. Get our holes here. Boom. Put through. Put through. And what you do is you get the thread, pull it all the way through on your first hole. So then those two holes are connected, then you pull it out, making sure the string stays in. Go into the next hole, which should line up with the next hole, like that. And then you pull it down a little bit, and so you make a little hole. You thread your thread through that hole that you've made through the needle. You put it through, you rip it out, and then you pull that down. Boom. And then you repeat it. Next hole, in, out, push. Oh my god, get in the hole. Oh. They call them speedy stitches, that's not so well. Oh, and then you get two letters, and the way you connect it off is you cut whichever side you want. What a sharp knife. And you just tie it off. I may have cut that a little short. And then there you go. Leather is together. I'm going to keep working on my brig, probably speed it up a bit, and yeah, give you the finished result once I finished it. When I started this sport, there was no videos available to help me fix my stuff, so I hope this helps you. The finished product. I have fixed up the sides with the cheeky little hinge there. I've reinforced the shoulder straps because they were fraying away. I've also done this side here with the little hinge. Then we flip it. On the back side, I have reinforced this side. I think I need to put one more strap right here so that doesn't come apart, but it's not too bad. I've reinforced it there, had to go underneath. Crazy. And yeah, that's the back that I've reinforced. But all good to go. Alright, here goes brig, bit of lighting, all touched up. Nothing held together by tape. I hope this video has helped you out. If it helped you out, put a comment in there, like and subscribe. I should be doing more armor repair videos as well as technique. And once I head overseas, we're doing some tournament fighting, which should be fantastic. Once again, like, subscribe, have a good day, stay safe. And if you can't stay safe, stay deadly.